will have to speak in the voice of another hero while under the effect of this wild and magical curse. It is absolute insanity. So let's get to $5,000 and see if we can do it. Look, I'm your psionic barbarian host and two-time champion of the maze, Fozzie. Now let's take a moment and meet our illustrious GM, Emu. Emu is your referee and hands-on maze operator. She's been given a bag of tricks to run the maze, and she uses every single one of them. She's fair, even-handed, and impartial. So come on, let's welcome Emu.
Thank you, Fozzie. All right, everyone, welcome. Let's meet our heroes. First, we have our 8th level Astroceph Lucaneer, Captain Wiley. Captain Wiley has just received a gift from the audience. Captain Wiley received the Mouth Harp, which grants a +1 to the damage of his weapon whenever he sings a sea shanty out loud before using his sea shanty ability.
Wait. Still learning how to use it. Hello! There's my theme. Good evening, it's Captain Wiley here. Formerly of the Ever Valiant, you may have heard of it, also known as the most exceptional space pirate this side of Glasgow 9AL55. I'm a slippery, pansexual squid boy bachelor with nothing to tie me down and a history littered with extremely cool exploits. I do have 4 arms and a snazzy tentacle beard, a habit of breaking into song, and an uncanny habit of unevening the playing field. I recently upped my dexterity and obtained a staff that summons a python. Haven't tried that out yet. And you may be wondering, wait, my voice is so husky this evening. Well, first of all, tonight we're classing it up, aren't we? Bit of a special occasion. Secondly, I did get into a bit of a tiff with my tailor because I can't stand shoddy work. So that's why I sound a little different this evening.
Oh, but you look fabulous, Captain Wiley. Thank you so much. Next up, we have our 8th level Diawata Weaver, Anacacia.
Hiya, it's Anacacia, Fairy Diawata, hailing from a planet much, much bigger than whatever this is. I don't know why everything is so small. Oh, this is my Cat Familiar Mittens. He's the best. Almost as awesome as my team. I honestly hope they like me as much as I like them. Why am I always looking for validation? Anyway, I've leveled up quite a bit since the last time we saw each other. I can now use Dimension Door, which allows me to teleport myself to any spot within range. I also learned Fire Shield, which gives me fire and cold damage resistance. I've binded with this artifact shield called the Mansaravar. It can reflect damage to any target or haste and give buffs to myself and my allies, and also cause thunder damage. Along with my usual awesome thread magic and attacks like Hold and Web, I can morph and change my general appearance with Alter Self and Polymorph. To keep enemies away from us, I can spike growth from the ground or use my spell Black Tentacles and keep them restrained. I can cure wounds and dispel magics as well. I know! I'm truly the MVP of this group. High five.
Anacacia, you're so dangerous now. It's so exciting. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have our 8th level human demagogue, Kingslayer.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the millions and millions of you watching at home in the galaxy, you already know who I am. But for those of you who don't, shut your mouth, bend the knee, and listen. I'm the Kingslayer, Slayer of Kings, Eater of Worlds, Oathbreaker, Dragon Slayer, Troll, Destroyer, the Apex Predator himself. Call me what you want, but know this. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to put boots to asses and entertain the masses. In terms of what I'm equipped with, we got the Pax Romana, which is a badass gun sword. Or maybe it's a sword gun. I can cast spells. I'm 8'2", 325. What else do you need to know? Back to you, Emo.
Thank you, Kingslayer. Kingslayer, Pax Romana. Next up, we have our 8th level Quartermortal Catalyst, Elemental, who's just received a gift from our audience as well. The Prismatic Sucker, a one-time use lollipop, grants the user the ability to change the energy type of any energy attack to one of her choosing.
That's going to be absolutely lit. Things are gonna pop, that's for sure. Hiya, I'm Ella, Elemental. I'm a Quartermortal. It's an alien race, and I'm a cursed sorceress
assassin, which means since I was a little girl, I've been trained in the arts of destruction, death. I'm doing it all on my own, frankly. As the name suggests, I specialize in elemental magics. So if you need fire, if you need some acid, poison, if you need some ice baby, I've got you covered, that's for sure. Plus, all my spells, the big bad ones, they're at now level 4. As far as spell goes, that's pretty dangerous. Plus, I got new spells thanks to the Book of Shadows. I've got like Silent Image and Darkness and Vampiric Touch, which I haven't tried yet, but I really want to give it a go. That's not what makes me dangerous, though. I mean, that's pretty cool, doing all the ranged damage attacks. Fireball. I'm getting a name for myself, being fiery. But I also can turn into an elemental titan, which is real scary. It goes real big and real angry. And I don't often know what I'm doing when I get into that state, because it's a very emotional thing from me that, you know, to do that, to get into that place. But I will say, I certainly don't get ranged when I'm in my Titan form. Everything around me explodes. So if I'm going in that form, don't be near me.
Remember that. Remember that. All right, now that we've met our heroes, let's go back to our host, Fozzie.
Thank you so much, Emu. It is really enjoyable seeing how these heroes are evolving. It's incredible. I heard there was a problem down on Earth and you couldn't quite hear at the beginning. So I just want to reiterate that tonight is our Pride episode. And all of the donations tonight are going to the Trevor Project. There's a goal we've set up. If we can hit 5,000 Earth dollars, then Transformational Thursday will happen. That's when each hero will speak in the voice of another hero while under a spell. It's absolutely insane. But last time on the Maze on Planet 7, our heroes embarked on the sacred path. Their first stop was Onari, but they were blocked and locked out and instead fought in the Tournament of Champions, which was awesome. And they put on an incredible show and escaped with their lives and won some glory. And I'm going to give a shout out to Kingslayer for being absolutely brutal. Now they've passed through Onari and will continue their journey to the sacred path. So please, let's begin, Emu.
Yes, let's enter the maze.
You hear that? A decision must be made. Yes! A decision for our audience. Audience, please come on over to the Maze on Planet 7 stream. That's where you can vote. So our heroes will attend a party tonight. So what's the party's centerpiece? Is it Dahlias or Divinity? Dahlias or Divinity? I guarantee this choice will affect more than the decor, because it's going to get into somebody's head. Dahlias or Divinity? Your choice. Back to you, Emu.
Passing through the rear gates of Onari, the last leg of this part of the route of charisma extends before you. Black, misty hands reach up through the floor, attempting to grab you.
Sorry, I'm not.
What was that?
Easy now.
Dex roll.
Oh, it's a Saturn.
Do you guys continue through as the hands are moving?
I would like to charm the hands since we're on the road of charisma. If these want to get handsy with me, I'm going to suggest that maybe we don't want some handsy situations.
Buy your dinner first.
That's exactly
Beautiful.
right.
Okay, so go ahead and say the thing, and also you can roll persuasion or intimidation.
Yeah, okay, that sounds great.
Fans
Persuasion
are conscious then.
or intimidation. All right. I'm not as intimidating as Kingslayer, but I will
may
say,
know a guy
ooh,
that's intimidating or could help you maybe persuade. Maybe I could help intimidate.
You intimidate, I'll persuade. I'll be like, oh, shadow hands. Ooh, getting a
tag
bit
team?
handsy over here, aren't we?
Yeah, can we do
But
that?
maybe don't.
Are we good to do that?
We'll
Emo?
settle down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Settle down, because I've got a
Alright,
friend here who's real scary.
Yeah, I'm really
All right, go ahead
like
and
good
roll.
Goodness, thank God.
Okay. Whoa, Kingslayer,
Yeah.
you rolled a 12, but with your mods, you actually have a 21. Elemental, you're kind of flirting with them, but they're all focused on Kingslayer. Kingslayer, how do you intimidate these hands?
It's funny you ask. It's really simple. Give him a little war cry.
They'll do it.
Don't want to touch
Fantastic.
these hands.
The hands, and then you see some of them kind of pop out from the sides, like almost like they're watching you as you continue forward. But you have successfully moved them away. Captain Wiley and Anacacia, please make me wisdom saves.
Oh,
All right.
it's not a good.
That's my saving over there. Please. Oh. Did it roll? There we go. Right.
Ooh.
Pain.
Oh, and
I'm not
Anacacia,
very
you have a -1 to yours, so that's a 3. Captain Wiley, as you pass by all of these hands, you realize that it was all just an illusion. And at the end of the hall, you guys see Algos Roos. And he says to you all, hello, heroes. Welcome to the Pride Ball in a world of terror and horror and whatever. The Pride Ball is a nice change of pace, a moment of acceptance and celebration of the individual joy each of us has. You'll find meats of all kinds, every animal you can imagine and many you cannot, all seared to perfection. Ugh. They better be. If they're not, just let me know. I'll take care of it. Please put your masks on. Tonight is about freedom and celebration, not who or what we are. That's our only rule. And do have fun. I fully intend to.
You
And as
sound
the
like
rest
you
of
need
you
to
make
go
your
There,
way,
mate.
and as the rest of you make your way to the ball, Captain Wiley and Elemental have a private chat about their thoughts on Algos Roos and the upcoming party.
You
Oh, that's
look
lovely.
outstanding. You look just fabulous. I love the get up.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Do you like my glass eye? It's for.
I've
dress
always
up
wondered
occasions.
what was under your psionic kind of bulb that you had on your face.
Oh well, usually it lets me see, but this is just for dress up. I can't. It's useless.
You look.
But you're a
It's the word
mask.
dapper. Also, do you think that maybe that this dude that we're chatting with ate too many of the meats and he needs to just relieve himself?
I can't tell what's more intriguing, like what the night may hold at this party, and whatever he's had to eat or drink, or whatever's causing him such gastrointestinal discomfort. I mean, am I alone in that? Should we help him? Do you think he needs help?
I've got a few spells like that. I've got poison spray and acid splash, but I think this guy's about to do a better job at it than I am. Also, I'm not sure if you thought about this, but with that black lipstick, if you're caught being a little bit naughty, it's going to show up on other people's mouths. So your ink spot will be obvious.
Joke's on you.
I hate to
Staying, but I
interrupt
appreciate
talking
you
about
looking.
ink spots.
Whoa!
What? God, there's a party going on. We're invited to the party, right? It's Pride. I'm here for Pride. Come on, let's do this. Look, I hate to interrupt, but a decision has been made, and that decision is Dahlia's. So back to you, Emu. Let's get this party started.
As you step into the Central Hall's feasting area, you see dozens and dozens of guests all dressed in the brightest colors imaginable, a rainbow on each form and a dazzling array of masks that depict the majesty of the divine and the joy of the mortal form. In the center of the party is a huge centerpiece of rainbow-colored flowers of the sweetest smells imaginable. And the centerpiece feels overwhelmingly present to you, drawing you in. You all see Shia Filet moving through the party with a purpose.
Hey, Filet.
Heroes. Heroes, it's very good to meet you.
Have we not
It's
met
very good to
before?
see you. No, we have. It's very good to see you. And you see that she's really nervous, and she keeps looking over at Miran. So I just wanted to ask you. I saw you. And she's visibly. You don't even have to roll for this. She is so excited, but she's trying to hold it back in that Lambolite kind of way that she's been kind of grown up with. I saw you talking to Miran, and I was wondering if Miran said anything about me or mentioned me at all.
She wants to smooch you.
Oh, straight to the point. I mean, I was kind of trying to maybe like,
Oh,
all right, okay.
I think, okay, so I think I'm in love with her. At least I have a huge crush on her, but I'm really afraid of love. I mean, there's that whole succubus thing. The succubus, they feed on that stuff, and they always feed on the heroes, and I can't succumb to that. It is how I've grown up. Love only leads to heartbreak, but and she looks over at Miran. She is just visibly sweating at this point. Maybe the way I feel about Miran is different than the way other people seem to fall in love, because there's no sadness in my heart about it.
Oh, see, now,
Well,
what does your religion say? Go ahead, sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to say, well, let's go ahead and find out. Hey, Maran! Maran!
Okay. And she hides behind Kingslayer. You see Miran is standing with her dad, and the two of them look over and they see Shia kind of peeking out, and Miran is like,
Shia, dear, I've got a question for you. The lore about these succubi, is it that they feed off of... It was told to us that they feed off of people who are blinded or confused by their emotions. Is that right?
well, isn't that what love is? Love makes you sad. Love always leads to heartbreak, and well, that's what they feed on. They feed on that sadness and that confusion.
Well, then, if you were perfectly clear about your love, wouldn't that kind of skirt the issue? If you stood clear in your convictions, would that not be a lack of turmoil, such as a succubus might feed upon?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. And she kind of she backs down, but then you see her father, and her father is laughing and with some people, but not in a ha 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 kind of way, and he has now he looks over at Miran, and he seems to be talking to her. You actually hear him. It sounds like from this distance, it sounds like they're insulting each other.
The two...
Yeah, Miran. So Shia's father, Elijiah, and Miran, the daughter of Harv, they're insulting each other. As you kind of get a little closer, you hear Elijiah taunting Miran. He goes, "You're so sad. When you got cake for your birthday, you put out the candles by crying on them." And she says, "Well, you spend so much time spouting happiness, you wouldn't even feel an orgasm if you had one." And Shia is just totally embarrassed. You can feel her back on you, Kingslayer, and she's shaking. And Elijiah comes back. "Well, you're so sad. You're like a watermelon. You're melodramatic." And Miran goes, "You've got the saddest of all blood types, always saying, be positive." And they're going back and forth, but there's a couple people gathered around them, and it seems that they're having fun. Anacacia, while this is happening, you see that centerpiece seems to be drawing you in. There's something about that centerpiece. Please roll me a perception check.
Would I notice her noticing?
Roll me a perception check.
All right, okay.
All right. Fantastic. Anacacia, is that a 2?
Oh, snooker.
Is that a 10? All right. Okay, Captain Wiley, you're distracted by these this whole taunting. And Anacasia, you move forward, and it looks like the flowers, there's like a horn in the middle. And as you get closer, the flowers move up, and it's like in the table comes out what looks like a unicorn face, and it's looking at you, and it blinks one eye and then the other, and then one eye and the other, and then both eyes.
Guys, this thing's alive. This thing's alive. It's not just flowers. I can't really tell what it is, but it's looked at me and it stared into my soul.
Do you
Come
smell
look, come
anything
look, come
weird?
look.
Do you smell? You need to tell me
you're-
if you smell
This is-
chamomile. Ever.
Does it smell like chamomile?
Does it smell like chamomile?
It does not smell like chamomile right here.
Good.
Okay.
Cute.
But Anacasia, you
Chat,
kind
chat.
of have that same feeling that you had, I don't know, a long time ago, where things are a little fuzzy and a little bit funny. And this unicorn kind of, it puts its neck up, and the whole thing kind of like, and while you're sitting there staring at the centerpiece, which is pretty far away from your friends, you guys see that Miran and Elijah are starting to, they're really going back and forth. He says to her, "You're so sad they tore up your application to clown school." And she's like, "Huh, you're so repressed you can flatten spring flowers with your soul." So you guys are separated from Anacasia at this point. There's like a whole debate going on. People are cheering and hooing and hawing, really excited about it. We're going to take Anacasia aside, as Anacasia, there's a unicorn made of flowers, and it is up, kind of like it. Only the waist up is at you, and it's like, psst, psst, come here.
I shouldn't be talking
Come
to
here.
strangers. Wait,
I'm not a stranger. I'm a unicorn. Come here.
I've never seen a unicorn before, but okay, hi.
And it smacks you in the face and is
Oh my
going to
God.
attack you for with its hoof. That is
Can I
going
use
to be.
Reflect to keep it from attacking me.
You can
God.
try. Yeah. That is an 18 to hit plus. Let's see. So your reflect can redirect 2d8 damage from the attack. So this definitely hits. It does 2d8 plus 4 damage, psychic damage to you, as you are now fighting this unicorn that
God.
nobody else seems to see. Fortunately, it only did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage, so you only take 1 point of damage.
Mittens, hold me back. Hold me back. I don't know who this unicorn is, but he's coming at me, and I don't like it.
You think your horns
why
are great? Your horns aren't great at all! And it like goes to stab you with its horn.
Yo! Get away from my horns! Who are you, and why are you attacking me? What did I do
Why are you
to
attacking me? What did I do to you? And it's now just kind of taunting you.
was
That is
just-
going to be plus us 25 to hit. And it seems to have stabbed you in the side. And it's like, come on, I can take you. Can you take me? And you see like flowers, like little dandelions are like bursting out, and its eyeballs are bulging, and it's getting like really aggro.
Oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to take you down. I do not understand why you're trying to put hands on me, but I don't think you understand what I've been able to do in this maze. So let's freaking go, unicorn.
Yeah! All right, go ahead and attack it.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
I'm gonna attack it. First of all, I wanna use my thread magic and disarm and just keep the unicorn down. I wanna use my thread magic, and hopefully I can latch onto it and keep the unicorn's head down.
Oh,
keep it
like
from moving.
like the horn.
Like lasso,
Okay, go
lasso
for it.
the horn and like
Ooh,
bring it down.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Would it be
Okay.
red manipulate? Wait, no,
Yeah, just roll
sorry.
thread. I think it's an attack.
It's just thread. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My rolls.
All right, that's an 18. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, unicorn, get over here!
Nice.
Ah!
So you wrap that thread around its horn and you yank down, and its head goes ka-dunk and hits the table, and its horn goes and pops off. You are now standing there with this horn, and now we're going to cut from you over to your friends, where the insult fight actually has gotten a little aggressive, and you hear Moran. She gets really frustrated. She's like, you spent so much time being happy that you couldn't even take a moment to say goodbye to your wife when she passed. And everyone actually kind of stops. And they're like, he's like, and now he's taking it personally. Sadness is an unnecessary, egotistical indulgence. Close the door against it. Seal it out. I know how. And with that, you guys see that Anne she lies slumped against the gilded table of the centerpiece, arms splayed, her eyes are glassy and unfocused. Beaded sweat dots stand out on her face, and her garments are soaked through. Harv Wender, looking over your shoulder, comments on how Anne she's really feeling it tonight. As the Lambolite's taunts ring out, an opposing force moves through the crowd. Let's go to Fozzie to find out who it is. Fozzie?
Thank you so much, Emu. Look, I love smackdowns of all kind, whether they're insults or with blades or with unicorn horns. I'm into this party. First off, I just want to say we are doing well on the donations for the Trevor Project. Mary's come up big. That's awesome. Also, Timothy has become a supporter. Thank you so much for joining us, Timothy. But now a decision must be made. The decision is, audience, what will be unleashed next? It's really hard to talk in this mask. Will it be an explosion of glitter or grapes? Glitter or grapes? I mean, neither is easy to clean up at all. Glitter or grapes? Please vote at the Maze on Planet 7 stream. But now, let's hear what's happening inside the mind of Anacacia, who just had a really intense personal battle in the middle of a masquerade ball.
Who did that unicorn think they were? Coming at me, calling me out, as if I owed them money. I don't even know you. Stay down with your implant unicorn. You're not even real. Wait, is this? Wait, am I high again? Actually, I don't know anymore. Was that real? Was it real? Oh no.
I don't know, Hero.
Am I real? I don't know anymore. This is so confusing. I feel so out of it. Was there something in the air? Whatever. I took him down. And that's all that matters. I win. Mittens and I won. He saw it. He was my witness. It all happened. It was real. It's gotta be real.
Thank you, Hero. That was heavy. You know, I'm not going to lie. I kind of chose this mask because I was so impressed with Anacacia's antlers. I thought I'd give her a shout out. But she got schooled by a unicorn, like a rainbow unicorn. So I don't know. But right now, let's lighten it up and let's go talk to my boy Gerald over at the marketplace. Gerald!
Hi there. It's me, Gerald, the alien from the Maze Marketplace. The only place where you, the audience, can purchase items that influence the game. We finally sold out from the items from the previous episodes, but not before I got demoted. For this episode, we'll be doing something a little bit different in the Maze Marketplace. We've set a goal of raising $5,000 for the Trevor Project, a suicide prevention service for the LGBTQ community. Once we hit that goal, our heroes will all swap voices with each other for the rest of the episode. Sounds confusing? It's not. It works like a circle. Captain Wily becomes Kingslayer, Kingslayer becomes Anne, Anne becomes Ella. Ella becomes Captain Wiley. Gerald's head explodes. Out of excitement, it's pretty rare that my company gives up any profits, so they actually have no idea that we're doing this. Gerald, out!
Gerald, I hope at some point you and I can swap voices. That would be awesome. Look, let's see what we're working with now. A decision has been made. Yes! The decision is, oh, you guessed it, glitter. Back to you, Emu.
As Anacacia rides on the floor in rhythm to the rising tempo of Elijah Fillet's anger, a concussive thud suddenly echoes through the chamber as an explosion of glitter envelops everyone within 60 feet of the shouting cleric. He looks down and because of glitter, the heroes grant advantage to enemy attacks for the rest of the episode. However, in the previous section, you all have a really good thing. You all have 2 points of inspiration that you can use in this episode. So make sure you have that. Okay, Elijah, it looks down at the glitter. He goes, I knew it! The Onari, those damned Onari extremists. They're the cause of this. They're the cause of what happened to Anacacia. He's talking to you. You see that Harv Wonder is, he's panicking, he's sweating, he's looking into the crowd. He's like, we need a doctor, we need a doctor. And he looks over and he's like, doctors, come. And people are trying to fight through, and now there's a crowd around you and her friends.
I know a bit of medicine.
I could
Don't
help
call
with
me a
that.
doctor.
It seems particular, though, doesn't it?
I've had a
So,
drink.
Elemental, you want to go and do a medicine check?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Can I assist or something?
Tell you what.
Yeah, the two of you kneel
I've
down.
actually caught myself up.
The two of you kneel down as the
She's
doctors come in.
inflamed, literally.
So, because of this, the two doctors are there, and the two of you are standing there, and there's a bunch of people around you. You see Sophia Nix is behind you. Miran, Shia is embarrassed, and she's pulling Elijah away. And Miran's looking around for the other Onari. And let's see who else is there. Algos is there. But the two of you are kneeling with doctors. So if one is going to assist, one of you rolls. But because there are two doctors there, you will have what I call triple advantage. So that's 3d20.
Off I go.
So then Ella, you roll with triple advantage.
All right,
my
19. She doesn't look she's not poisoned at all. Her eyes are glazed over. The doctors they look at you and they look down like something's the matter with, and you hear Sophia Nix behind you. She goes, oh, this is terrible. Seems that something might be happening to her mind. And you definitely know her physical body. She hasn't been like physically poisoned. Nothing's pricked her. So the doctors pick her up and Harv goes, take her to medicine. Get her there quickly. And the two doctors lift her up. We'll keep her safe. And they move through the crowd. Sophia Nix is there with you, and she's like, something is happening to her mind. I recognize this. This is terrible.
She on the
I
mushies
feel
again.
like we should go with her. What are we going to do? Stay in part 2 while she's out there, like, in a horrible trance?
Do you smell that?
I didn't. It wasn't me.
What do you smell?
I smell chamomile, says Sophia Nix. A scent in the air.
Conspiracy theory about chamomile.
It
The
pops
Borough
up every now and
Union.
then.
Those ex-heroes, they formed a union called the Borough Union. They have a series of systems underneath each one of these paths, connecting the paths. and they use chamomile-scented oils to oil their tools.
So they're doing something funky under the ground? Because I know that we actually had an issue about that a couple of weeks ago, or days ago, with the animals escaping, those real bad buggers.
And she looks over at Algos. It's like, he's with the Kerbers, and they manage those monsters. I don't trust him.
Well, I also remember, didn't Anne have a compulsion to run out in the field smelling chamomile when those fans rushed in for our 7 or 9 foot tall, 7-armed, very strong man who died? Right? So, I'm not
He
sure
was
what to make of
definitely
that.
not slaughtered on his knees, begging for his life. Yes.
Oh, no. Put up a really good fight. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah. Well...
Very curious. I wonder about these monsters. I've heard of one set of monsters that attack the mind in my library. The succubus. They feed on negative emotional energy. They used to prey on the Lamble and Onari before both societies found ways to muffle their pain and sadness.
The Lamblies are accusing the Onari of actually doing that, right? Aren't they?
They're always accusing each other.
Of like heightening or leaving their emotions high enough to be fed upon. And the Lambolite solution is to suppress all emotion, but it doesn't really seem like a long-term solution to me. Is there any mythological explanation for how one might neutralize the succubus?
Well, yes, actually. They are susceptible to the opposite. So if they're trying to suck out the sadness and negative emotional energy, then perhaps a reversal might be the thing that can defeat them.
We give them
In
the happies.
themselves. We'd have to make them happy. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Oh, that does sound hard.
And then Algos
it's
walks
better than a
over,
culture
hearing
one.
you. He goes, "They're not my monsters, but I've the last that I knew, the succubi were staged on the path of strength. Maybe it's odd that they would be here. It doesn't make any sense."
So you've got
Kingslayer,
security
what are your
issue.
thoughts about it?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I hope this is a little bit above my pay grade and probably my intellectual level. I'm used to just taking my sword and bashing creatures' brains in. And there's all this. I'm hoping that you two can figure out whatever we need to do, and hopefully it involves violence, and I can get involved.
Got it.
Harp comes over and he's like, look. We don't need violence here. And yes, we are Onari, but those Onari extremists, they keep ruining my good vibes. They're terrible. We don't let them run around. They just kind of happen. It's not our fault.
Well, the two of you need to broker a peace so we can have a reasonably peaceful party. I mean, it just seems like this isn't doing anybody any good or solving your long-term
Embarrassing.
succubi problem.
Those Lambolites, they created those clouds of sadness in our home, in our town. This is terrible. And so how are we supposed to have peace when the Lambolites are so Lambolite-y?
Well, it sounds like you need time to be sad sometimes and they need time to be happy sometimes, is what I would reckon. But I'm
should all
not,
They're always
That's
happy. The
it.
problem is they never express or feel their sadness. I firmly believe that you should feel all of your feelings, especially the happy ones, but also the sad
well, that
ones.
sounds good.
But you don't
I mean, that
wallow
seems
in
fine.
them. Those clouds of sadness, they really make you depressed. They're terrible. They hold you down.
So what's going on with our friend then? Because I miss her.
Oh, ditto. You all right there?
And I'm wondering if she's okay.
Did
Oh,
you
she's
throw
getting-
back 7 drinks already on the way over here? Ella, are you tipsy? Was that a little
No, I just said
burpee?
something. I've said something I've never really said before, and I didn't mean to. So
Oh,
don't
'cause
even
you
worry
said
about it.
Was it mess? Was it mess that I heard?
No,
What
she
was
used
it?
the F word.
Sort of like a feeling in your heart where you want the other heart nearby. Was it sort of like that? That kind of thing? No.
I'm just wondering where she is and if we
Alright.
can do anything to help her, just so we can get another ally and
Useful
have she's an
teammate.
asset.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, to the to
Where
the
is she?
mission.
First the baby, now Aunt Acacia. Really getting in touch with your feelings, Elemental. I see that. That's growth. Proud of you.
Look, we're
Thanks,
still
Kingslayer.
here, aren't we? Yeah.
And with that, let's move on to Act 2. Our heroes attended a masquerade ball and faced the Onari extremists. But during the fight, one of our heroes has been attacked by something else. Sophia believes it may be a succubus and has named Kerber Chief Algos Roos. She just doesn't trust him. Maybe he's an accomplice? And now let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Thank you, Emu. Thank you so much. Look, we're almost 10% of the way there to our 5,000 Earth dollar goal for the Trevor Project. So please keep donating if you can. I really want to see our heroes swap voices. That would be awesome. But now it's time for a decision. Yes, a decision must be made. You got to remember that this guy, Harv Wender, is a fancy producer and a de facto leader of the Onar. So the question for you, audience, is, will Harv be complicit with the succubus, or will he be a coward? I mean, I have an opinion, but I don't want to sway what you guys think. So you guys vote. Complicit with the succubus or a coward? Back to you, Emu.
Anne, you are in a plain room you don't recognize. You find you cannot move your arms or legs as you are wrapped up tight from neck to toe in your own magic thread. As a faceless figure speaks, pain and pleasure shoot through your body simultaneously. You see the succubus, an elegantly dressed woman with long, translucent wings and horns curling back from her forehead. She holds one end of your thread in one hand and a pair of terrifying magical shears in the other. The blades glow with the energy of disease. Snip. The area of effect for your magical thread has been reduced to 25 feet, and you take some psychic damage. You take 4d8 psychic damage.
Oof.
That's 15 points of psychic damage. And the only thing that you seem to be able to do is talk. She comes over to you, tightens her grip on the thread. You can almost feel it like a nerve on you. It's so painful. We know you hate Ella. What would you do to make her cry?
Who are you? And why would you even say that? Where am I? Why am I? What is going on? Ella's my friend. You would never get me to say that.
Oh, delicious fear. And you take 12 points of psychic damage. Ha 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 ha. You really think Mittens loves you?
You're trying to play with my mind. I'm stronger than that. I'm stronger than you. You could never make me believe the things that you're saying.
For that, you only take 1d8 points of psychic damage. That's 8 points of psychic damage. Do your teammates like you, or maybe they're just being nice because they want to get out of here?
Not only do they like me, I know they need me. Get me out of here right now before I get myself out. And you won't like it when I get myself out of here.
Is that anger? Do I hear anger in your voice?
No, not angry. I just know what I could do, and I think you should be scared of what I could do.
Awesome. Make me a wisdom save.
Oh no.
You can feel her words seeping into you, but you manage to hold strong. You feel strong. She is really enjoying this. It's like she's pulling the life essence out of you. She tugs on it even more and says, "Without your magic, do you even have an identity?"
I've never asked myself this question, and I fear that I have to answer it now. But I'm finding more about myself in this maze. And I'm finding more about the reason why my friends will be looking for me and why you should really be scared now.
She's like kind of disgusted by the way you're talking with all this positivity, and she takes your thread, pulls it taut, you feel it tug at you, and she snips again, and now your thread length is reduced to only 20 feet.
Can Mittens walk around and see if I could receive something that might help me in this situation?
In the most horrifying, adorable way, Mittens is literally tied to itself and also tied to you on your shoulder. And it's like there's like a little thread gag on your mouth there. It's
Mittens,
like,
are you okay? Mittens, are you okay?
She bends down even further and says, "You don't deserve to be so big here. Shouldn't you be small and insignificant?"
The great thing about this maze is nobody really knows what happened in my planet. So I get to be whoever I want to be here. And I want to be validated, and I deserve my friends' love. So get off me and let me go.
She is sickened by your strength, and you take 7 points of psychic damage. And the two of you, your will is you're holding on as much as you possibly can. She's got this this grotesque look on her face, and you collapse with exhaustion. And so now let's go to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Thank you. This is getting a little intense. All right, but I'm here with Kingslayer. Kingslayer, how did you like that party, man? You were a little quiet.
I'm a little bit upset. It's not that I'm quiet. I'm a little bit upset. The parties that
Talk
we're
to
used
me.
to having in the Seven Kingdoms, we're used to having Trolls Blood. We're used to having people dancing. We had nothing but arguments. Glitter was flying around. Nobody was really dancing. I'm really confused. Whenever I showed up, we have these masks on. I was expecting this great party, this great celebration. Maybe getting a little drunk, enjoying some good conversation, and we didn't get any of that. None of it, Fozzie. So I'm a little irritated right now.
Irritated because you didn't have enough conversation, says the guy who says, "I just want to swing my sword around and hurt things." I like it. Conversation, though. What about Elijiah? I mean, is he growing on you?
No.
Good one-word answer. I like
simple.
it.
I want to get out of here, Fozzie. Listen, I'm not here to make friends. Even though the group is starting to grow on me, I want to get out of here. I don't care about all this other, the little ins and outs. Just let me know the direct path that I have to walk to get out of the maze.
Hey, Kingslayer, I feel you, man. In my time in the maze, though, you got to be aware of your surroundings, not just the heroes that are with you, but like the Lambolites and the Onari. Are you starting to have feelings about one or the other?
I'm going to be honest.
No.
As long as the Romeo and Juliet story works out, however it works out, that's fine with me.
I hear you. I'm going to switch topics then. Do you know what's going on with Anne?
Fozzie, it's funny that you asked that because Pax Romana is really starting to act up.
Pax Romana.
I don't know what is going on, but it's starting to really, really start to freak out. So I don't know if Anne is in trouble or what is going on, but it's really starting to act up, and I don't know what to do with it.
Kingslayer, I have a feeling you're going to know what to do with it when the time comes. But thank you for your time so much. I appreciate it. But now a decision has been made. Yes, we have a decision. Haha, you have chosen that Harvwinder is complicit with the Succubus. Man, I knew it. Back to you, Emu. Son of a...
Ella, as you continue to ask about your ally, Anacacia, Harv Wender suddenly help! And he just starts to freak out.
Is there a
And
bathroom? we could
another
use?
person leaps out of the crowd and attacks, while Harv says, I just needed help. And he's like looking around and he's like pointing at you, and he's pointing at the other guys, and Algos is like, I will help you. I will help you find these monsters. And he turns over to Harv and says, tell these heroes where their friend is. Admit your wrongdoing. And with that, you are now being attacked. You're being attacked by somebody with a hammer. The mega hammer.
Hammer time!
All right, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
This is the worst party I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot.
Everyone just needs to chill out a little bit. I want my friend
How
back.
many
I want
people
my
are there?
ally back.
Ditto. Did you
All
correct
right.
yourself from friend to ally? Is that what you just did?
Okay, Elemental,
Getting
and
used
then
to it.
Captain Wily, and Kingslayer.
So it's dude with the indigestion problems that is attacking us.
There's a guy with a hammer, a big guy with a hammer coming running towards you.
All right, as my
Just
bonus
one.
action, I'd like to talk to indigestion dude and be like, what is going on? What do you need help for? And who is that?
I don't know who that is. It must be one of Harv's.
I'm gonna need you to breathe for me, my dude. Just in and out.
I just got this pain. It's not my fault. It's just, it's really hard with these monsters to get a lot of... Anyways, we got to get rid of this thing. And this guy is just like, "Ah!" coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
Kingslayer. But Elemental, it is your turn.
If he's going past me, I want to try this one out. Vampiric touch.
Ooh, all
If
right.
he's running past me to attack Kingslayer, I'm gonna be like, shoosh, and see if we can not do some necrotic damage.
Fabulous. All right. Ooh, that's good. All right. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll
Let's do
damage.
Damage here. So it's 15 necrotic damage.
Okay. 15 necrotic damage.
That's the one.
Fantastic. It's kind of like...
Oh, I also regain my health points, but I don't need them.
Really weird thing happens when you cause damage to this guy. You smell this really toxic scent in the air, and I need you to make me a con save.
I'd love to. What is with everyone? What are they eating? Why is everyone doing the bad?
All right, what did you get?
25.
Yes! You feel and smell, this is like a poison gas, but you have succeeded the save and you're not poisoned. All right.
Phew. What is going on at this party? I want to go home.
The guy runs up to Kingslayer. Elemental, you do get attack of opportunity on this guy if you would like to make just a melee attack.
I would love to. One moment, please. I don't really just do your standard attack, you see.
That's okay, yeah. Just roll a d20 and add your modifier.
I'd love to do that too. What? Here we go. Oh.
Nice. Definitely hits. Please roll damage.
Have to.
He's very focused, this guy.
Bit of 5 piercing damage. Go up and under into the ribcage and be like, twing.
Oh, but he takes his hammer and swings it like a baseball bat at... Oh, that's too many d20s. At Kingslayer.
Buh.
That is going to be a 21 to hit. Does that hit your AC, Kingslayer?
It does. Mine's 16.
All right. So, 3d12. Woo! What is 28 plus 7? Because that is how many hit points you take.
35.
Good.
35.
God, 35.
35 points of damage. Yeah. So he hits you, and you see Harv kind of like whispering, like, protect me. And with that, it is... Whose turn is it? Captain Wiley's.
All right. Well, I'd like to do the classics. Curse him, if I may.
Yes.
And,
Push the button.
Well, all right. Right. There we go. And he makes a save.
Okay. That is a fail.
Great. I'm going to say strength rolls for him. And I'm going to use also my movement to... Because he's attacking Kingslayer, is he?
Yeah.
I'd like to move slightly off to the side and behind him, sort of like a flanking-y, like I'm setting myself up for a grapple next time.
Very nice.
I would also like, yes, and I would also like to whip out my staff, you know, and summon a snake? Question mark?
Yeah, Python. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
You know, how's this thing? And I just sort of like, what? Hello? Yes, come out now. You know, I suppose.
Fantastic. So,
yeah.
All right.
How does this work?
I will tell you momentarily. Okay, so this works as you can use an action to speak the staff's command word, and then throw the staff on the ground. Within 10 feet of you, it becomes a giant constrictor snake, which I have the stats for right here. Under your control, and acts on its own initiative count, which will be yours. By using a bonus action to speak the command word again, you return the staff to its normal form. So you could basically just mentally tell it to do something. And because I'm reading the stats, you can, but for this purpose, it is a bonus action for you to do this. So you still have a regular action. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, so
I
it
cursed
now
him.
can go.
Yeah.
Curse is your
Minnie,
action.
Yes, movement. And then bonus is summon snake. And Minnie, out! Thing. I'm going to call it Minnie. I don't know your gender, but that's your name now. And yeah, and then I suppose, so is it, the summon is out. Do I get, is it a separate bonus action to command it, or can I tell it what to do?
Right now you can just tell it what to do. And it's basically waiting for you to tell it who to attack. That's kind of the only thing it wants to do.
Wrap around his legs, won't you? Be a good dear.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20, please. It has a +6 to hit.
Oh, +6, all right.
Ooh. Well, that's not going to actually hit.
It's our first
that's
time
not
up.
gonna
Look at
hit.
the hang of it. I'm still learning to speak snake.
But it is on the ground and it's writhing around, and it will cause difficult terrain should
Difficult
he try
terrain!
to move. Yes.
Okay, good. Great.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Kingslayer, you're up.
Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn to inflict some pain. What do you mean for peace? I don't. He just took half my life. I'm beaten up. I'm bleeding everywhere. What do you mean for peace? No, we're gonna hit him right in the face. We're gonna end this right now.
Yeah, hit him in the face.
What? I can't. Pax is not letting me. She's not letting. Apparently, she's not letting me swing her. So I'm gonna try to use Pax Romana for peace instead of try. I can't fight him. For some reason, Pax is holding me back. So I want to use my Pax Romana. I'm gonna force anyone attacking me or my ally who did not attack them. Yeah. Roll. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
This is why we choose violence, Pax.
Unfortunately, that is a natural 20 on that save. And you hear Pax is like, oh, maybe next time.
Maybe I'm gonna die. You're gonna get me killed.
It is strong will. It is not our fault.
I can't. Pax is refusing me to let him fight. I can't. I'm not gonna charge this guy with a fist. I guess I have to sit back. I'm gonna have to keep taking the beating.
All right. If that is your turn, then I guess that is your turn. You have this very interesting relationship with Pax Romana.
Pax Romana!
At this time, you can see that Algos has grabbed Harv and is talking to him about 10, 15 feet away, and he's yelling at him, and Harv's responding, and it's really hard to hear what they're saying as this guy is swinging this hammer, and he's like really messing with you guys. He's still looking at Kingslayer, although Elemental, it is your turn.
Yeah, look, I'd like him to stop his hammer time, and I'm going to inflict wounds to him, and hopefully by inflicting wounds... Oh, no. Bollocks.
Well, maybe
Does a 13 hit? Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
May I jump in? Wasn't there a thing where everyone gets advantage from the party?
Inspiration!
Yes.
Oh,
that reroll.
Was it advantage? Or was it inspiration?
I thought it was
inspiration.
I've run out of spells. I'm gonna have to turn into a titan. You did this.
Festive.
You did this to me. I didn't want to, but now I am an steel titan.
All right, tell me what happens.
Well, when I transform into a titan, it releases a burst of elemental force, and that in itself is going to cause a little bit of damage. So whoever's around me,
all right, that's the bad guy, and also Kingslayer, and also Captain Wiley.
Well, I moved around him, didn't I?
Yeah, but it's within 5 feet or 10 feet.
Let me roll, see what it is. Oh yeah, it's in 20 feet.
20 feet.
God. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's
Our
20
Titan goes booyah!
So the bad guy actually rolled a 17.
Oh, so it saves only half of it though. Here's the damage. Ooh, okay. 22 acid damage.
Ooh.
20. Ooh, there you go. So you only take 11?
Oh God, Ella!
Yikes!
I'm a
You
steel
make it so hard to be close to you, don't you? God.
Kingslayer, make us a dex save, please.
It's a metal fall.
It's a metal fall.
Fantastic. You also got a 16, which you only take half damage. So that's only 11 points of damage.
Sorry.
Taking a beating.
I'm feeling out about it.
Woo!
At least.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Titanamentus?
Yes.
Okay. This guy is now going to go. He is just going to swing again at Kingslayer. He looks back at Harv and he starts to falter just a little bit, seeing that Harv has been is being handled by Algos. That is a natural one. He swings, and here's a little thing that's kind of not in the rule books, but this is how I like to play, and this is especially good for the bad guys. I'm not going to make you guys do it, but I like it when they take their own damage. So we're going to have him hit himself with his hammer. Oh my gosh. And that is 21 plus this 28 points of damage. He hits himself with the hammer, and he kind of knocks himself away. So Kingslayer and Captain Wily and Elemental all get a reaction, an opportunity attack on him.
Nice.
Yeah, so go ahead, and the three of you make those melee attacks.
Poison
I'd like
slam.
to roll would I just roll to grapple? Where is that?
Yeah, you can roll to grapple.
There it is. Found it.
I can't
Oh
use
my
pack,
gosh.
so what should I roll to attack?
So you
Pax is
can
still not letting me-
Is
headbutt,
that
you
just-
can punch him, you can kick him, anything that you could do, which is a melee, that would be a thing that you can do.
Can I kick him in the groin region?
Oh yeah. You also have a hammer. It's not as big as this guy's. is.
Yeah, I want to hit him in the hammer. I want to aim for the groin, though.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Oh, the old groin hammer.
Oh.
Yeah. You hit him in the groin, and I will say, gosh, you guys are getting really clever at this. I will say that is that's guy damage. So that's going to be like 1.5. So go ahead and roll your damage on this.
That's funny.
So that'll be 6 points of damage as you whack him, and he balls over, which Captain Wily will give you
Balls
advantage,
over.
which I think you already have to grappling, but you now have that.
Yeah.
You can try to grapple him. So
Great.
this is a
I rolled at advantage, but if that 13 is not enough, would I get triple with that stack? Can I get another roll?
But I just rolled another one as a contested grapple. You
Yeah.
win that round, so you've got him. I need to do a little calculation though, because I believe
10 points of acid damage.
he is unconscious as you have him grappled, and he is doubled over in pain and gets knocked unconscious by the hammer to the groin, and Captain Wily's kind of sleeper hold, all the tentacles. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You look over, so this guy drops his hammer, and Algos has Harv. He's like, "Tell us what you know. Tell us what you know." Harv is like, okay, fine. I hired the Succubi to help with the Onari extremists because, us Onari were really fun, and I didn't want them giving us a bad name. And yeah, they mentioned Anacacia a lot, and I kind of helped put them in situations where they were, around her a lot. But and yes, they're in the Borough Union's lair. I can take you there. I can take you there. Please don't hurt me.
I'm Titan. Want to hurt?
Yeah. I'm very tempted to teach you a lesson.
Algos
Anybody else?
is like, "We should rescue her right now!" And he's grabbed.
Oh, you're right. No time.
He has Harv by the hands, and he's grabbed him like this. He's got the other hand at the back of his head like this, and he's kind of put him in this hold. So he's got his hair, and he's pushing him forward. And he's like, "Come, I know the way to the Borough Union." And he starts moving, and he kind of kicks this wall open, and this door opens up. Do you guys follow?
Friend?
Yes.
We're
I reckon
friend.
so. Yeah.
Yes.
Minnie, in to the staff.
Maybe we
Minnie's
should
like,
grab Elemental by the hand.
Elemental, you fit your way through this little door.
We're
And it kinda-
friend. We're friends. We're my friends.
I love that the Titan has no trouble with the word at all. Look at that. Isn't it marvelous?
You shush. We're my friend.
As you guys are running, Algos, he's like, "Okay, I know monsters very, very well. So the succubus is weak to inversions and reversals. So give it the opposite of what it desires. It will cause pain, and reversing its rituals can help break them. Do you remember? Have you ever seen this creature before? They usually come in contact with their victims over and over and over. Can you remember anything that might help try to break the ritual that caused this thing to happen to Anacacia?
I mean, I thought it was a lady with the chamomile, but if that's one of the heroes guild.
The chamomile. That's exactly. They are hidden down here.
Good.
That's what this guy said. And Harv's like, yeah, they were hiding in the Borough Union. It's true. I'm so sorry. I just really wanted to make Onari like a really good place to live, and those sadness clouds. It's just, and Alice is like, yeah. The Lambolite rituals purge sadness, create the sadness clouds. The Onari extremists. We'll talk about that later. And he pushes them forward. But can you guys remember anything? The chamomile. That's a thing.
I am steel. I do not feel.
Captain Wiley, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Yes. Oh, great. That sounds lovely. I will. And I may use my inspiration for this. If I have to. But maybe not. Maybe I don't have to.
Yeah! Okay. Looking back onto the time that you have had in this area, you remember a glimpse of somebody who smelled like chamomile that kept touching. 1.
Yes.
2. And then another person who bumped into her, 3, and gave her a compliment. Yes. And another person, 4 times. She was touched by these succubi who have smelled of chamomile. So you explain that to Algos, and he's like, reverse the ritual. So I don't know what that really means, but I think you can figure it out. Come, let's go. And he's running through these halls, these like underground catacombs. And you guys turn a corner, and it looks like a succubus is standing there, and like hearing you guys are really loud running, and she is going to cast Fireball.
Oi! Easy, no.
You run forward, and there it is. A giant fireball comes at you. Everyone's going to need to make me a dexterity save.
How many minutes has it been, by the way? Has it been about 4 minutes?
Yeah, it's been very, very small amount of time. Okay. You guys ran really fast. We'll just say a couple minutes.
Okay. Oh, no.
I'm
not dexterous.
You're not. Would you like a luck point? Would you like a luck point to use right away?
No, I catch fire.
That is going to be...
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, this is 8d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah!
I regret, but I try to not.
So that's 31 points of damage.
Just like a game of catch with dad. Disappointing.
If you made a 16, if you made a 16 or over on your save, you will take half of that. You only take 15. But if you did not, you take the full 31.
I big. Did I block fire? I big. I step in front. I block fire.
Oh, what a good friend.
I catch fire.
Okay. All right. So now let's see whose turn is it. That was her.
Actually, if anyone wants to attack a Titan, they got to catch a Titan's vengeance, which is a reaction.
You hurt me, I hurt you now.
Get him.
You must roll to save.
Okay.
I pow back.
Hit me and I'll hit you back. Huzzah!
All right. And as all of this is happening, you can hear it in the other outside of this room. You hear your friends. You hear Titan Elemental saying, friend, blah, 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 friend. And there is battle happening out there. So, Anacacia, you hear all of this.
Friends! Ella! Nasty! Save me!
We're coming!
Awesome. All right, so you did 4 points of acid damage, Elemental.
That's full. You take half.
All right, so that's 2
Don't
points.
make me math.
She, as you acid damage her face, she is, not my face!
So vain.
So vain.
Okay, Captain Wiley, it is your turn.
All right. So, I mean, I'm distracted by thinking about reversing this ritual, which I think implies that Anne needs to touch her? Perhaps. So, can I just take a second? Where is she? Is she Anne's in a different room? Or is she she's right next to her?
Different
in a different room. Shoot. All right. Well, for now, then, I'm going to curse this terrible person. That's what I'm going to do. And give her... Let's see here. And what's her... She has to roll.
Oh, yes. To roll the wisdom save, DC 15. That is a 2, it's going to fail.
Great. Okay, I'm going to say... do I want to say wisdom? No, I'm going to say strength, because I know that we have things that can use it, even though I want to do wisdom, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So, yeah, strength. And that adds to my necrotic damage, and that's my action. And, I feel like I want to go get Anne. I want to just go to Anne. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I'm going to curse her and
awesome.
leave. Bye. And go to Anne.
You squiggle your way over to Anne. Okay, so that means it is Kingslayer's turn. Kingslayer, there is a succubus there that just kidnapped your friend. What do you do?
So again, I'm trying to use Pax. I want to slay this thing, but Pax continues to tell me for peace, for peace. Let me have a little conversation with Pax. Pax, you realize that if this does not work, this thing is probably gonna kill me, and I've already came this close to dying once. I really don't want to do this. Pax continues to reiterate, trust in peace, trust in peace, trust in peace. So I'm gonna trust in peace, and I'm gonna try to use Pax Romana again for peace with the succubus to try to do the opposite of what it wants, because it wants to fight. And I'm going to try to use Peace Bind.
Oh, that is going to work?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right.
What do you mean you told me?
That sounds like an inspiration point to me.
Okay, so basically so the succubus must succeed on a wisdom save to make an attack against you or an ally. So she looks at you and she's like trying to pull forward, and she looks at Ella and she looks at Algos, and she's really frustrated right now. It seems that she is unable to attack you.
I knew I should have said wisdom. I just couldn't remember why. Shit.
Kingslayer, congratulations. You have peace-bound her. Yes. All right, so we now go into the other room. Anacacia, there you are. It is your turn. You find a way to kind of wiggle a little bit, and the threads, because they're not being held and bound by the succubus, are a little loose. If you can make a sleight of hand check, you can get out of the threads.
All right, Mittens. I think this is our way out. We just gotta. This is now or never. We gotta get out now and try to reverse this spell. Let's see what we could do.
Yeah! my gosh, you rolled a 12, but with your modifier, you actually rolled a dirty 20, which is more than enough. You wriggle out as you look over, and there's Captain Wiley. You are now sitting up, and Captain Wiley is right there. I will give you two a moment together. Go for it.
Are you all right? What happened? How are you feeling?
No! I need help! Get me out of here now!
Yeah,
we have
we're
to
all
reverse
here.
This. We have to reverse this.
Yes, I have a strange... This is going to sound... I don't know what sort of awful thing she did to you. The only theory I have to reverse the ritual that she did to bind you with is for you to touch her and, like, nicely, or at least not, like, with punches, like just a tap or something. That's the only theory I have going.
That is absolutely the last thing I want. She's wound me up, tied up mittens. I'm at 8 hit points right now. Do you really think I need to get close to her?
Well, she is bound. She is currently bound and unable to attack unless she rolls, really high in her wisdom saves. So she's kind of frozen there, and you could just, boop, just a little joy fairy.
All right.
Maybe. Something like that.
I trust you, and I've been alone in here with my own thoughts, trying to keep my sanity. All right, if you say she's bounded, I'll go over
If she unfreezes, it's on me. We will all step in to help, I promise.
All right, well, okay, so hold my hand, Captain Wiley.
I got it.
I'll hold one of your tentacles. I go closer to the succubus, and I put my hand on her shoulder to see if anything happens.
So you have used your action to do that. You are walking up to the succubus. That entire thing took a little more than 6 seconds. As you're approaching her, she looks like a trapped animal, and she's like looking around, and she goes to like swing at Kingslayer and just like can't. She goes to leap onto Elemental, can't. And she's frustrated. She's, and these black tentacles erupt out of the ground as she has now attacked the ground. And the ground, since it is not an ally, is. I think everybody does need to make me a save. Let me bring this up.
I still Titan.
Titan? Yes. Okay, so everybody needs to make me a dex save.
Oh no.
As these tentacles come.
No! No, that won't do. Nope, none of that. Sorry, excuse me. Nope.
We have both 20.
Shush, sound cue. Where's my lucky reaction? Is that? I think that's
Kingslayer makes it. Anacacia makes it.
Oh my god. Well, that's the 4 plus my modifier, which is 8.
I rolled 16.
Now, you had 2 inspirations. Did you already spend both of them?
No, I can use one of them. So 4 plus 8 is whatever, 12. And then how much? Is that a D6 or something? How much is that inspiration?
So that's going to be another roll, a D20.
Oh, okay. Good. All right. Roll, please. Thank you. And then plus 8 is whatever. God damn.
That is not enough. So you are going to take a lot of damage.
Oh my god.
Where is it?
Well, all right. Well, it was really lovely getting to know you, fine folk. I had a nice time.
It's only 3d6.
You know.
Ugh, 16 points of damage.
That's no
but I believe everybody else made it. All right.
You're not hot.
So that is what she does to the ground, and the rest of you are. It's all difficult terrain as these tentacles are whipping around. The Titan is bobbing and weaving. Kingslayer, you're really good at bobbing and weaving. Anacacia also. So it is now Elemental's turn.
I bang bang. Acid arrow, fire. Does not like arrow. Acid, I roll. Blah blah. Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I feel inspired. I feel inspired to roll again. I roll again. I roll again. I roll good. Bang, bang.
There we go.
You can take the Titan out of Ella, but you can't take Ella out of the Titan.
18 acid damage. Steel Titan.
All right.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you very much. That is Elemental. Now it's Captain Wiley.
Oh, I'm so angry. All right. Well. Okay. I'm so hurt. Right. I think. I'm going to. Roll. Roll my own. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, it's too late, isn't it? I had a reaction.
What do you want to do? Yeah, what is your reaction?
I'm gonna ink her in the face. That's what I'd like to do.
Ooh, very good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right, where are you? Mm-hmm. It's a
Dex
DC, I guess, 15.
1 on the dice. You go ahead and roll the damage.
Is there damage? I think. Is that all right? I mean, I can try. All right, here we go.
Yes,
That's how many rounds? So it's blinded
very
for
cool.
two.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. So 2 rounds she's blinded. You all have advantage on her as she is blinded. So let's see. She can't attack you. She is blinded. She's got these tentacles of frustration coming out of the ground. And is at the end of your turn, Captain Wiley.
That was a reaction, so I kind of have a lot left, I suppose. I'm going to roll my own, is what I'm going to do, and just because I'm in a bit of a panic, and that seems like a very random thing to do. So that's a 6, which means Sleet Storm.
How many people does that...
Oh no!
Oh boy!
What, it's a 20-foot. Oh god, a 40-foot radius.
Yeah, that's gonna be like everybody in this room.
Can I push it? I mean, I can't see 40 feet behind her, but like I could start it at 40 feet.
So right now it's you two, it's her, and it's your allies.
Oh no! Because of the arrangement of the room. Oh, that's
It's the
bad.
hallway. Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's okay. I can take it.
Well, I think it's happening, isn't it? I mean, I can't take it back now, can I?
When bad things happen to good people.
Oh my god.
This is what happened when people who aren't elemental mess with elements.
Okay. It's a saving throw. So everybody
Yeah.
needs to make a...
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow,
wait,
okay.
Oh my god.
That's a 1.
Great.
What kind of save?
Dex.
What's a save to be a deck save for us? Okay.
I'm making one for myself as well. Ooh, natural 20. Thank you now. Fine.
All right. Freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose. It is heavily obscured and exposed flames in the area doused. The area on the ground is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. And so this is what happens. The tentacles freeze.
Yeah, that was the intention.
There's all these poles of tentacles that are writhed up and around. And whoever was, I can't remember which one of you failed that save or no longer restrained by the tentacles. And it is the ground is all ice. So is that the end of your turn?
Now? Is she prone?
She
Did she fail?
is not yet.
Okay.
If it starts,
Wait, what are-
oh, is it when she starts her turn?
Oh
now,
yes,
then?
yeah, when she starts her turn.
Okay. All right. So she should be blind and prone and unable to attack by now.
There's like a whole lot of mess that is happening. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
I think I've done enough.
All right, Kingslayer, it is your turn. She is at so many disadvantages, thanks to you and Captain Wiley and everybody. What would you like to do?
Pax, this is the perfect moment. Look what Pieces brought, an opportunity to finish the job. What do you mean? I'm gonna have to use my hammer again. For some reason, Pax she's not letting me move her. As I try to approach to use Pax to try to aim for her head, Pax continues to pull me back to the point where, honestly, my arm feels like it's about ready to be ripped from my shoulder. So with my other hand, I'm gonna try to swing at her with my light hammer.
All right, swing. Oh man, that is not going to work. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Advantage. She's prone.
And yes, thank you, our dear host. So that means you can roll one more time.
Pax, it does it have to be the same thing, or can it be something else?
Yeah, that would be the same thing. So
Same
go ahead
thing.
and roll the hammer again. And that will definitely hit.
Can we describe what happens?
Roll damage.
Damage?
Yeah, push the damage button. It's 5 points of damage. So she's like frozen and blind, and you hit her with this hammer, and it seems that it is going to shatter her as you hit. So go ahead and describe how you shatter this succubus.
So as I'm approaching the succubus to hit her again, Pax is really starting to almost pull me backwards to a point. I'm dragging Pax along. I pull back the light hammer, and I actually throw the hammer, hit her right in the head, and watch her shatter into pieces. And I hear Pax let out this very, very loud and very distinct noise, and I can't quite make out what it is. But Pax is very, very, very upset and throws me back 10, 15 feet.
Oh, wow. All right. So you kind of move your way back. You throw the hammer. Everybody sees as her whole face, the hammer goes in slow motion. And she kind of looks up. And boom, it hits her straight in the middle of the forehead. And the entire thing bursts into icicles. And she is now a headless succubi. And you have successfully destroyed the succubus. Anacacia, you feel whatever threads that she had on you, it's not completely gone. And with that, we're going to take a break and go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Suck you, bye-bye.
Oh, Elemental. That's awesome. Look, I want to shout out to everyone. The charity, we've raised over 1,000 Earth dollars already for the Trevor Project. Thank you. Again, if you want to see everyone switch voices, we need to get to $5,000. Let's see if we can get there. Who knows? Everyone almost died. There was a succubus. Anything can happen. But now it's time for our final decision. Yes, a decision must be made. The decision is this. What disease did the succubi release upon our heroes? What? Did that just happen? Will it be time or toxin? Time or toxin? You, audience, make the decision. But right now, I'm here with Anacacia, and we need to have a little talksies. And quick question. That was a lot. Did you find that? First of all, we're two people with antlers talking, and I love it. Did you find that pleasurable or painful?
I mean, we're not trying to out people here, but sometimes pain is pleasure, and that's all I'm going to say.
Trust me, as a barbarian, a psionic one at that, I understand. I understand completely.
Point to horn, yeah.
Was this the first time you've ever met a succubus before?
Truly, yeah. And I feel like I've been everywhere now, and I've seen so many people just in this maze alone. That was unnerving. I feel so off still, so awkward. Like she's done something to me, and I don't really know what to do about this. I hope that we can figure it out.
Yeah, I hope so too. You just don't feel the same, right? Your life has been
No.
changed by this thing. Which leads me to my next question. Have you ever been in love?
See, I let you kidnap me, and I let you use me and my body to entertain the masses. But that, see this emotional thing? You're not going to get it out from me. Not today. It's been a day. Maybe we'll talk about this later.
Okay,
Wait,
all
are you
right.
working with the succubus? Because I swear to God, she was asking me a lot of these emotional questions. And I'm a little sus on you now, Fozzie. I'm going to have to keep my eye on you.
Let's just say for a second, this isn't my first succubus. I am not working for the succubi. I am so far above the succubi, it's incredible. Okay? So you don't even need to worry about that. Succubus busted. That didn't even make sense. Thank you, Anne. I really wish I could get some more information about your love life out of this, but I understand you're a private person when it comes to that. I get it. But right now, I know someone who's not private, and his name is Gerald, and he's at the marketplace. And I want to hear from Gerald.
Hi there, it's me again, Gerald, from the Maze Marketplace, the only place where you, the audience, can purchase items that influence the game. Don't forget that we've set a goal of raising $5,000 for the Trevor Project, a suicide prevention service for the LGBTQ community. Once we reach that goal, our heroes will do a voice swap. Captain Wiley becomes Kingslayer, Kingslayer becomes Anne becomes Ella becomes Captain Wiley, Gerald's head explodes. None of my 7 bosses know that that's happening, so let's get those donations in before they find out. Gerald out!
Gerald, I do not want your head to explode, my friend. We need to keep you around. But that sound means a decision has been made. Yes, we have a decision. Audience, you have chosen time. Back to you, Ema.
You stand in the center of the Borough Union with tunnels leading to the routes of charisma, vision, and strength. As you consider what path to take forward, you do not notice the scent of chamomile and acrid disease smoke filling the room.
I don't.
Captain Wiley,
Yes.
I need you to make me save. I need you to make me a very specific save, and that is going to be perception. Actually, make me a perception check. Whoa. Okay, that is 18
Chamomille's
on
got
your
red
die
flags
roll.
all over it. No way I'm missing this anymore.
Very cool, Captain Wiley. That is a 25 with all of your modifiers. Congratulations. You move as you move back in this like matrix-like form. You see that all the tentacles moving around. You see that there is a trap in this area, and it is not disarmed.
Everybody stop! Everybody stop! Walking, freeze. Thank you. There is a trap. Oh my god, we have got to be good about detecting traps. We have got to remember to do that. In general, there's a trap. It was probably set by those nasty heroes because this is their set of tunnels, is it not? So, right, has anybody got like disarm traps or anything nifty along those lines?
I have sleight of hand. I'm pretty like good with that, and I could use my thieves tool perhaps to see if that if I could like disarm this trap. However, I only have 8 hit points, and if I mess up and this goes bad, it might not work to my favor. So perhaps we should heal before we make any movements towards the trap. Can I cure myself?
Interesting idea.
Has it been 8 minutes? I just have to figure out what.
Yes, it has. It has been 8 minutes.
So I just would like everyone to just look here while I go back to my form.
Oh, are you showing off now? That's rude.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Did you see it? Did you see what
Yeah, your hit point
Yeah,
number.
I got it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow,
Good for you.
Cool.
Very well done.
Cool.
Hiya, what did I miss?
Anacacia, your elemental walks up. Well,
Respect the F
Anacacia,
word is what you missed.
kneels down and begins to try to figure out how to do this. And Acacia, make me an investigation check first to see if you can even figure it out.
Do you want?
With a 13, you're gonna need some help here. Who's gonna help?
Does she have 2 inspiration still?
I do.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I use my inspiration point then to see if I could see a little bit more, investigate a little bit longer.
Fantastic. Oh, that's much better. You, at this very moment, you see it all in front of you, the mechanism. It's like, oh, and you see all the different ways that it kind of goes into the walls and all the different access points. And then now you recognize the different triggers all throughout this room. And suddenly you hear from behind you, you destroyed my sister. And you turn around, the scent of chamomile is strong, and this succubus, this gentleman succubus, comes up from behind you, and he is charging at you. And he is going after, let me see here.
This is not good.
This is definitely not good.
Captain Wiley it is. He's going to go after Captain Wiley. So he is charging.
No, you're not. No, you're
Can I make an action to help her?
This is a surprise round. Yeah, you guys don't get reactions on surprise rounds. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
I can use the die to make him roll again. I'm going to use a luck to make him roll again. Sorry.
All right.
Ah! No!
Even better.
Oh!
Oh my gosh. Okay, a couple things happen here. He charges you and claws at you, and that is a definite hit. That is 2d8 plus 7 cold. There's something really similar about this cold. His eyes are filled with this warlike aggression that Kingslayer, you definitely recognize from the creatures over at Halicarnassus. So, Captain Wiley...
I don't have reactions at all? Or no? Or yes?
No. Let me discuss it with the designers, but for right now, you take 8 plus 7.
Because I can have that if I spend 2 luck, which I have left.
Oh, yes, go for that. Yes, you can do that.
Okay. All right. And that would be Lucky Break.
Cool. Lucky Break. You halved that in 2, so that's 8 plus 7 is 15. So that is for 7 points of damage. Then you... Oh, good. No. You go flying into the traps. And something odd happens. You all see that Captain Wiley has aged 70% of their expected lifespan. So you've aged 250 years.
Wow.
And you're standing there. And now let's roll initiative.
I think I'm just going to sit down and have a nap. Actually. I think
you do notice, Captain Wiley, you do notice that damage was cold and it was like ice. All right. Okay. We've got Anacacia, Elemental, Kingslayer, Captain Wiley in that order. So Anacacia, your friend, just got pushed almost over you as you were down there looking at this mechanism. What do you do?
All right. Oh, gosh. I want to use Mansaravar with to help myself and help my teammates. I know I have to heal, but if I heal, I won't be able to help them, and I feel like we would all be in a very bad situation without this. So I'm gonna use haste with Mansaravar. Does haste with Mansaravar give also an extra action, or is it just...
Yes.
Okay, yes. I would like to use haste with Mansaravar.
Fantastic. Everybody here, all of you have been hasted. Okay. So what do you do for your second action? And I will read to you what haste does as well.
Wait,
Okay, you
does
get a
it
plus
give
2
me-
bonus to AC. You give advantage on dexterity saving throws, an additional action on each of your turns, and your speed is doubled.
So, yes. So is haste given to me now? So that means I get an extra action, or is it just given to me on the next turn? Now. Oh, okay,
And you
perfect.
can make an explosion when you haste.
Okay, I want to do the sonic boom with the haste, and give 48 thunder damage to any enemies around me. Dex save would be DC 16.
Thank you. That is what I want to hear. That is a 1. He totally fails. His ice turns that icy, warlike look on his face. He just afraid of this thing that is happening right now. So go ahead and roll damage. All right, that's 17 points of thunder damage. Okay, good job. Well done with Mansarovar.
Was that just one action with Mansarovar, or was that 2 with Mansarovar? Just want to clarify before I do anything.
Okay, so let me just triple check here. I believe Mansarovar is an action. Yes, so haste is an action. Mansarovar casting haste. Designers, yes. So both of your actions have been taken up.
All right, great. So then I want to.
You can still cast the healing spell.
I would love to cure wounds and heal myself. I need help.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
Okay. Let me find that. 1 second.
I love how squeaky we all get when we're panicking.
If I were to use a different level slot, could that be done and give me more HP if I actually do it right?
Actually, yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do, instead of the first level, I'll do the 3rd level and use one of the slots for that and cast it.
Ooh.
18 points of healing. Bring. You feel a little bit better.
Oh, gosh. So much better. Okay.
Fantastic. Because at the end of your turn,
Do I still have movement? Because I'd like to move a little bit closer to Captain Wiley. Perhaps I could help.
yeah, absolutely.
Help Captain Wiley a bit. Okay.
For sure.
I'd like to
All
move
right.
closer to Captain Wiley.
Cool. You move closer to Captain Wiley. Next up is Elemental.
So if this thing's casting cold damage and we have to apply the opposite to it, I'm going to give it a bit of Scorching Ray. But when I roll it at a 4th level spell, I'm going to attack this thing 5 separate times.
And don't forget, you've got 2 actions.
Well, that's great. I also, now that I've been in Titan form, have to refresh my spell slots, which I haven't done. So let's
That's true.
get that.
So go ahead and make your attack roll for the 5 rays.
Here we go.
One roll.
There we go.
Yes. Yes,
Alright, so then
absolutely.
It's 2d6 per attack, but I'm attacking it 5 times. So I'm going to roll 10d6 for damage.
Yay! Look at all those dice.
And that's 28 fire damage. Burn, baby.
Eat it, you!
Fire. And I have another attack, don't I?
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to do a firebolt just to kind of like get it happening. Ha ha ha. Boom. Because we like fire. There's a 28 hit.
Yes, it does.
Right. Here's a little bit more fire damage for you. Oh, it's not much. So I'm going to spend a skill point because I actually haven't spent one of those in so long. And that means that I'm able to cast firebolt yet again.
Oh
So
my
here we
God.
go. Here's a little bit more. Is 16 hit?
Woo. Okay. Yes, it definitely does.
Here's a little bit more fire damage for you. Just take another 14 points of fire damage, please.
Okay, that would be.
What a queen!
And now I think I'm...
Oh my goodness. Also, that damage seems to have you seem to have done more damage than you have rolled. This fire definitely is affecting it in a very negative way. Okay, that next up is Kingslayer.
Pax. The opposite. Have you not been paying attention? Listen, we can hit it with some more firebolts. It's working. All right, listen, I'll make you a deal. If you let me use you, look, it's for peace. Yeah, this thing's not good. Okay. All right, fine. So me and Pax are now starting to work out some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
I want to try to use, a firebolt.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
From Pax.
Mm-hmm. All right, so go ahead and roll damage on both of those. Oh my gosh. Okay, you got one more to roll as well. Let's see.
Do I roll?
Do
I have two
actually,
actions this turn?
it's just you do have two actions, and this firebolt does twice as much damage. The firebolts seem to be doing twice as much damage.
I'm gonna roll again. I'm just gonna
Do it.
join him with elemental and continue to hit him with some firebolts here.
Oh!
Yes.
And fuego!
Yes, my boy.
Oh, nice.
That's my Grandpa Wiley.
Oh my gosh. So that is going to be 25 with your crit, right? But also it's a firebolt. So it actually is 50 points of damage.
Sit down!
Oh,
All right. So this creature looks at you as you boom hit it with those fire bolts, and it is going to reach out, and I need you to make me a con save.
Do you?
Ugh.
Oh.
That is not enough. Do you have any anything? Got any anything? No. Okay. Well, you're gonna take 4d10 damage.
Roof to poof.
What's if I?
no.
Can I
That
get-
is 21 points of damage as this creature uses its last bit of strength, and you can see that the Pax Romana has really seemed to have affected this creature. That fierce, warlike, icy coldness seared into it, and as it slumps to the ground, parts of it start, like all the fire damage just burns away at it and burns away at his beautiful face. Anacacia, you feel the thread that of whatever had been affecting you is gone. And
Slayer was
Captain Wiley.
Oh, it's
what's
not
going on?
looking good.
yeah, Kingslayer,
Oh,
you
look at him.
are
He's
down.
out.
I could do a little bit of medicine. How's that sound? It's getting back up, yeah?
Melemental, you walk over to Kingslayer, and we're going to pause right there. We're going to cut this episode right in this moment with Elemental standing over Kingslayer, who has reached 0 hit points. Is he going to survive? The rest of you have survived another day in the maze and earned another level. And let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
I was told this would be a party.
I'm not used to cliffhangers. It's gonna bother me all weekend. It's brutal. I want to thank everyone out there right now. I'm so sorry, but I have to give shouts out. We raised 1,229 Earth dollars total for the Trevor Project. Thank you guys so much. Mary was huge. Karina was huge. Eric, Who else? Courtney, Haley, David. I mean, all of you, thank you so much for helping and giving. And I want to give something back, but I'm going to need the heroes' help. I think what we're going to do, we didn't get to our $5,000 goal, but I think we're going to have the curse come in anyway and do a little transformative Thursday. I want to hear everyone do impersonations of everyone else. So designers, please help me by bringing our heroes back. And let's do the circle, shall we? Let's do the circle.
All right, who goes first? First, it is Captain Wiley becomes Kingslayer.
Let me out of here! I don't have a button. To entertain the masses, there is blah, 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 blah. I didn't come here to make friends.
All right, Kingslayer becomes Anne.
My name is Anacacia. Even though I'm in this maze of very dangerous things, everything is so tiny, and I'm here with my little kitten. I don't remember what the name of the cat is.
Mittens!
Oh my god.
Mittens! And I just want my parents' approval. I mean, ever since high school, I just want my parents' approval.
And Anacacia becomes Elemental.
Oh, God. Hiya, Ella here. And maybe I'll turn into a Titan. Will I fight on everybody? I don't know. We'll just have to see then, shall we? I am Anne's friend, best friend, in fact. She may just not know this, and maybe I don't either. Why does she sound like a robot?
Elemental, you become Captain Wiley.
First of all, dun 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 dun.
Wiley here, I'm the glassiest Glasgow from Glasgow 493F quarter of the century. I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of luck. I'm a Luckaneer, but I never actually tell anyone that I'm a Luckaneer because that's the best word I've ever heard. But instead, I'm going to sing you some shanties. I'm going to curse you, and I'm probably going to be a grandfather by the time I finish this sentence.
Thank you.
I'll add Luckaneer into my intro. I will. I don't even know what I do. I don't even know what that is.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. How'd we go?
Oh, I mean, I'm so glad that happened. That made my evening. Emu, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I do. Hey guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Maze on Planet 7. Join us Tuesday, June 29th at 7 p.m. Pacific for episode 9, Fear and Faith, as our heroes walk the final leg of the sacred path and approach the gate to the inner ring.
Yes, thank you so much for watching The Maze on Planet 7. Look, this episode tonight, you donated to the Trevor Project, which provides crisis intervention for the LGBTQ youth. You raised $1,229, and thank you so much for joining us to support the Trevor Project. That will make a huge difference in someone's life, I swear. So we'll see you next time for more excruciating pleasure and sensuous pain here on The Maze on Planet 7.